Some of these I'm sure you've seen before, but some of these might surprise you. I'm going to share with you my favorite 10 things I have on my keychain. First off, you might have noticed that I actually only have one key on my keychain. And that's because, for one, I don't own a car, but my bikes and my office doors have electronic or combo locks. I actually wish I could have no keys, but they won't let me change the lock in my apartment. The rest of these are various tools I've collected over the last few years. Also, just so we're clear, none of these are sponsored in any way. I've bought all of these things myself. I just like small things and sharing them with you. Of course, links to everything will be in the description below, and there'll be affiliate links, which means I get a small percentage if you buy from the link, and it doesn't cost any extra to you. So here we go. I'm going to start with the one that gets the most ooze whenever I show it off, and that is this little capsule. If I unscrew it, you'll see what's inside. And yep, that is a $100 bill. This is my emergency cash, just in case I lose my wallet or whatever. So far, I haven't had to use it, but it's nice knowing it's there. This capsule fits exactly one US bill, and it has instructions for how to roll it up to exactly the right size. There is a little metal clip that helps you fold it up and roll it around the clip. And I like how nobody would ever expect to find cash in here. This other capsule is a little pill capsule. It came in a 2-pack, but I really only use one of them. It's not very big, so it doesn't fit the larger pills, but I keep little lactase pills in it, and it fits almost a dozen or so. There are a bunch of other pill capsules out there, but a lot of them are actually pretty big and they get too bulky for a keychain. This one is a really great size. And I've seen some other reviews of other ones that say the tops will just come unscrewed on their own, but I've had this in my pocket now for several months and it has stayed super secure the whole time. Next up, this little USB drive. This is a 256GB USB drive with both USB-C and USB-A connectors. You never know when you're going to need to move files around, and having both types of USB means you can use it on most computers and even the new iPads. The only thing that would make this better is if it also had a lightning port for my iPhone. I've seen a few that have 4 ports all the way around, but honestly that's too big, plus I haven't seen one from a brand that I trust. This one is Sandisk and it hasn't failed me yet. Next to that, I have this Yubikey. This is for 2-factor auth to various online accounts. This makes it a lot harder for hackers to break into your accounts. It is a very, very good idea to set up 2-factor auth on anything that supports it. I'm going to leave a link to a video I did together with Shannon Morse a little while back where we explained a bunch of different ways that hackers try to take over YouTube accounts. 2-factor auth like a Yubikey is a really important step to be more secure online. Okay, next up, on a more lighthearted note, these fingernail clippers. You know how your nails are a perfectly fine length and then suddenly they are too long? You never know when that moment will strike, so it's a great idea to have these nail clippers just always handy. These pop open like this and then they work like normal clippers. Plus, you can use them for cutting small wires or zip ties too. And it's not like a knife blade, so I've never had any trouble getting these through airport security. Who doesn't need a good flashlight? This one is one of the smallest and the brightest that I've found. If you double tap the button, it goes into always on mode and it has a few different brightness settings. If you hold the button down, it goes temporarily into the brightest setting while you're holding it down, which is actually really great if you just need a quick, super bright light on something. Also, the beam is super wide and really nicely diffused. Oh, and it has a micro USB port on the side for charging, so you don't need to worry about replacing batteries. I've always wanted a convenient screwdriver and hex tool for my keychain, but so far I've been unhappy about how large most of them end up being. I do have the small rig multi-tool, which is great, and it has a bunch of different sizes of hex tools, but it is too big for a keychain. I end up just stashing it in my bag, so it's usually somewhere nearby, but sometimes I leave it in the wrong bag and I'm just out of luck. This little thing is a recent addition to my keychain, but I'm already really impressed. It is just a flathead and 4mm hex. So it is somewhat limited in what it can be used for, but it is made to fit the most popular mounting screws on camera gear. It even works with the screws we use on the PK1 stands. This one is kind of silly because it's so small, but I keep needing a SIM tool and I keep forgetting to bring one. So now I have one permanently attached to my keychain. So now whenever I need to move my phone's SIM card into the YoloBox and I didn't plan ahead, this one is always nearby. Okay, this one I think is one of my favorite out of all of these. Believe it or not, this is actually a ballpoint pen. You pull it out and eventually it pops out of the little cap that holds it into the keychain. When it's fully extended, it's very nearly a normal pen size. It doesn't feel like I'm using a tiny key-sized pen at all. And I've definitely had a bunch of times where I needed to use this and had nothing else nearby, plus it is just so tiny when it's collapsed. It's great. And lastly, because you don't want to lose all these little tools, an AirTag. I've had AirTags in my backpacks and luggage now, and even on my bike for about a year, and it is a lot nicer than I thought it was going to be, honestly. So now I've got one on my keychain, which normally I'm pretty good about not losing track of, but just in case, I can open the app, I can see if they're at home or if I left them at the studio, and if they are nearby, I can make them chirp to figure out what bag I left them at the bottom of. So there you have it, my 10 favorite accessories I have on my keychain. If you are thinking about buying any of these, links to everything are in the description below. Let me know what you're going to add to your keychain down in the comments, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.